What's up, guys? Hopefully this ain't too shaky. Got the camera up on a little gorilla pod on the dashboard, and I thought I'd go live and do a little country cruise with you guys. It says right now I've got a poor connection. Hopefully that holds up, because we are out in the country, pretty deep out in the country. I am on a long country road that's going to take me to Columbus, Indiana. Headed out there for work. Big old truck just went by. I'm hoping, looks like the connection's getting a little better. I got a couple more bars than I did. Hopefully it clears up and you guys can see pretty well. Oh, now it says very bad connection. Gotten worse. Really hoping it clears up. There we go. I'm reconnected. I just had to reconnect. I totally lost the signal. But it still says poor connection, so I don't know how well this is coming through to you guys. Looks like a little shaky too. Sorry about that. But we're just out here in the middle of nowhere. We're going to go through the town of Hope. I'm hoping that I'm going to have a good signal by the time we get there. It's a cool little town. I'm definitely going to vlog about it. I've got some research I'm doing. I want to know all about it before I go and visit and tell you guys all about it. So I'm doing so. I try to do that a lot on my vlogs. If a place has got a lot of history, I'll do my research before I go, so I know what I'm talking about and don't give you guys half of the information. But yeah, it's a cool little town. It's got a lot of history. It's one of the oldest towns. I believe its claim to fame is it's got the oldest postal service in the United States. It's still running. The oldest still in operation postal service, very rural postal service in the United States. Which is pretty cool considering out west, you know, they have the Pony Express and stuff, so you would think that one of those would be a little older. It looks like we've got at least one person here, but I'm not seeing any comments. Alright, it shows that I should be able to see the messages. I just checked my settings real quick. Should see the comments on the video. We're going to slow down here behind this line of cars, which is probably a good thing. It's wifey. Hey babe, hope you're having a good day. I just put out the video of the decal today and offering to sell them from Chris, so I thought I'd supplement a little bit and give people something else to watch. Little country cruise with me for those that like that kind of thing. I know I always do. I enjoy a country cruise. Thank you for letting me know it looks good. I had a poor connection in the beginning. I had to reconnect and stuff, so it was looking ugly in the beginning. I was hoping it would turn out good and you guys could get a the good view that I get on this beautiful day. It's really nice out. It's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and no clouds in sight. Just nice and sunny, and it's a perfect day for a country cruise. I've got some serious work to do out here. I'm not looking forward to doing what I got to do today out here in this little town, but hey, pays the bills. And who knows, it may not be as bad as I think. You never know till you get there. So right here the road's gonna curve in a little bit, and then we're gonna go through the flat rock area. Yeah, see, I'm getting a bad connection. I wondered if I would here in this flat rock area. I've tried to fly the drone out here, and I did fly the drone out here. Oh, we're back. It looks like the connection cleared up. But I did fly the drone out here once near where I'm at now, and had a really hard time getting a good signal. I was able to do it, and I got some really cool footage of some big turtles swimming in the river. Just floated the drone right up above them. Just stayed high enough that I didn't disturb the water and scare them, or they would dive and I wouldn't be able to see them. Alright, there's a bridge up here. It might get loud for a second, but I'm going to roll down my window and I'm going to try to show you guys what I see off this bridge every time I drive down here, because it's beautiful. There's a little waterfall. I actually flew my drone here once as well. Let's see if you guys can see it. Yeah, right down there. It's pretty small, especially when the water is low. The water level is kind of low right now. It hasn't rained a ton lately. Sometimes you get heavy rains and that thing is really going. And then again, I'm trying to get this camera back up on the dash. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little shaky. But yeah, I was gonna say, then sometimes when it's low, you get a bigger drop from the waterfall. So what happens is, it's a little crooked. It bothers me. I like to at least get the horizon halfway straight, close anyway. There you go. But yeah, so what happens is you get a big fall off the falls, and then a rain will come and really send some water down the river, and then it'll really look good. I've actually seen that waterfall so high, the water being so high at the waterfall, that there really wasn't a waterfall, because the level had risen above the fall, above where the rocks are. So you can actually get too high. There's like a perfect medium for that waterfall to look pretty. But I actually, the last time I came out here and flew the drone around it, it was perfect. I got some really good footage of that. Of course, I wish I would have gotten better footage, but I was still really new at flying actually the Phantom. I had my Blade for a while, but I was really new at flying the Phantom when I went and flew there, so I didn't have my licks up yet. I didn't have all maneuvers and things that I can do now a lot better than I could then. Still learning, so looks like it's starting to lean a little bit again. A little bumpy. It's expected from these country roads, though. There's an old cemetery there on the left, really cool looking. There's probably 3 or 4 along this country road out in the middle of nowhere, cemeteries up on hills on the sides that are really pretty. They're really cool at sunrise and sunset, as the sun comes up or down behind them, and all the headstones make the shadows. This part of the road is so bumpy, it's interrupting the way I talk. That sounds like I'm hiccuping or something. You see all those little lines in the road are just like patched up cracks, and they're bad right here. But yeah, we are going to be coming into Hope, Indiana here really soon, and I love this little town. I haven't stopped and done nothing there yet. I just drive through whenever I come out this way, but I definitely want to. I just haven't had the time. Looks like they've got a couple really cool little restaurants. They've actually got a museum that talks about the history of the town. And I definitely want to check that out when I do a vlog about this little town. It's a really, really small town. I think it might be 3,000 people or less in this town. And but it's, like I said, it's got a really rich history. It goes way back, way back. And it's got some cool things, some historic things there. And so even though it's small, they really promote this little town as being one of the cool places to visit in Indiana. I believe the sign, I'm trying to remember, the sign when you come into Hope has a little slogan or a motto from them on it. And I believe it's something like, I don't remember. There's some goats over on the right. A few pygmy goats in there, little bitty guys. He's gonna go around. The car in front of me is going slow, but I don't mind going slow. It's less bumpy, and I enjoy the view. So we're just gonna chill behind this guy. He's doing right at the speed limit, so I don't need to speed for sure. I definitely don't like to speed when I'm working. I don't want to get a ticket on the clock. I don't know that my work would care, but definitely ain't good. But yeah, we'll see the little sign. I wish I could remember and tell you what it says. It's something like the surprisingly exciting small town or something weird like that. I don't remember. I don't even want to speculate on what it is because I'll get it wrong. I know that what I just said was definitely wrong. We still have a couple miles, I think, before we get into there, but a couple miles of beautiful views. As you can see, lots of cornfields. Of course, there's nothing growing yet other than some really pretty yellow wildflowers in some of these fields. Really bright yellow. I was actually filming tomorrow's vlog, and I actually flew over a field of yellow wildflowers. So look forward to that. Tomorrow's vlog will include some cool shots of fields of wildflowers, yellow wildflowers. Looks like I've got 2 viewers right now. I'm not seeing any comments right now, but welcome. Thanks for joining me on a little country cruise. We're going to come over a little bridge here, and this creek is called Haw Creek. How country is that? Haw, H-A-W, like hee-haw. And right after we go over that bridge is when we're pretty much coming into Hope, Indiana. Chad Shoemaker. Yeah, I'm coming into Hope, Indiana now. Did you recognize it? That's crazy. You got good eyes, buddy. Little Haw Creek, or did you know about Haw Creek? So yeah, here's the sign for Hope, coming into Hope now, and it says, no, that's not the, there it is. The surprisingly little town, a surprisingly little town. I guess it's surprising how small it is, and it is, because it is a really cool town for how small it is. There's not much here, but what is here is really cool and historic, and as you can see, look at these buildings. It's just like a cool little main street right here. The town square is over on my left. The town square includes a park and some really cool little gazebos and things. Beautiful buildings, historic buildings on the other side and all around this town square, not just on this side, but I've got to keep going. And then here's a nice, beautiful little neighborhood, really cute little houses. I've seen a couple of them that have like a Hope sign in their front yard or something, and I think they're just representing their cool little town, putting that up. I think that's really neat. People are proud of where they live. Back over to the right, there's a church, and then behind it is a historic cemetery. Really, really old cemetery. Really big cemetery, too, looks like. I've thought about doing some flying around there if I come fly out here with the drone. So right here, I'm going to slow down a little bit because we are coming into a school zone. That's the Hope Elementary School over on your left, which actually looks really big. The building starts way back here where I'm at and goes on another block or so up here. Really cool place. And now that we've passed Hope, we should be, looks like we've got poor connection again. Well, hopefully it just cleared up. There's a couple little stores out here, and this is pretty much the last of any stores for a while. Back into the country, cornfields. Well, I say cornfields, there's also soybean fields, lots of soybean fields out here. A lot of farmers will do half and half, or at least have some soybean and some corn, some kind of ratio, and then they usually will switch it up. A lot of farmers will grow corn in a field one year and soybean in another, and the next year they'll change the soybean field to corn and the corn field to soybean. That's typically what happens, but a lot of these out here I've noticed year after year will still be corn. They just grow a lot of corn here. We're known here in Indiana for growing that, he said, not Hope, Cope is not far from me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where Cope is. I see what he was saying. So he's somewhere in Indiana. And he was saying that he was asking me if I was going to Hope or Cope, because he couldn't understand what I was saying probably, and knew of Cope, but I don't know where that's at. Hope actually didn't used to be named Hope. When Hope, it's like I said, it's a very, very old town, but when it was first settled in and became a town, it was a religious group started it as a village for themselves. And it was named Goshen, Indiana. But as we all know, there's already a Goshen, Indiana. It's a really popular town, northern Indiana, near Michigan and the Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes area. Crop rotation is usually 3 years of corn and 1 of soybeans. Soybean and corn don't use the same, I missed it, went away, minerals, and give the soil a chance to replenish itself. Okay, I knew it was something like that as far as why they did it, but I didn't know how often. I thought it was just a year after year rotation thing for some. It seemed like it for the last few years in the area where I'm at, but I could be totally wrong. I don't pay that much attention, but I do really appreciate that, Chad, the info for our viewers there. So that's how it works. Usually 3 years of corn and then a year of soybeans to replenish the minerals for the corn. Sounds like corn is the big deal around here, even though I do see a lot of soybean too, which makes sense though. I don't know if Chad will remember this. There used to be a commercials on TV for a local or an Indiana theme park called Indiana Beach, and it was on a lake, Lake Schaefer in Monticello, Indiana. And it's kind of a small little theme park, but they would have commercials, and the little slogan in the commercials was, "There's more than corn in Indiana." There, he said it before I could. He remembers that. Yeah, I always think about that when we talk about all the cornfields in Indiana. I just want to say there's more than corn in Indiana. And people will make jokes on Facebook, and I always try to reference my channel and say, you know, fake news. And here's the proof. Go to my channel. There's lots of cool stuff to see and do in Indiana. Beautiful places. I know it's a lot of flat land other than the southern hills. Most of Indiana's flat, but that doesn't mean it's not beautiful. I love the flat land. I mean, I grew up longing for mountains, and I still am drawn to the mountains. I think the mountains are beautiful, especially down in like the Appalachian Mountains and stuff. But there is some beauty in having some flat land. You can see that sunset for miles. There's something in the road up here I don't want to hit. My truck's tall enough to go over it, whatever it is. It looks like a piece of somebody's mailbox or something. Luckily it wasn't too big. I didn't want to have to get in the other lane to go around. But yeah, so I'm coming up at a four-way stop sign here. and I'm going to turn right, but if I would turn left, I'd only be a mile or two from Anderson Falls. Bartholomew County is where we're at, and Anderson Falls is a really cool public park. It's not a state park. I believe it's a county, Bartholomew County Park. And it's got some cool trails. You can get down under the falls. You can actually play in the water. There's lots of big rocks you can climb on down there and sit and put your feet in the water and all that. It's a cool place. I've got a couple really cool videos from there. I've flown the drone out there in one of them, and it's just a really neat place. And what I love about it is I can fly the drone there because it's not a state park or anything. The county takes care of it, and they do a great job. They've got bathrooms there, but the bathrooms are not the most modern, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so what do you expect? Poor connection again. But if you guys ever out in Bartholomew County, I definitely suggest going and checking out Anderson Falls. It's a really cool place, but there's not they're not real strict there. They're gonna, if you got a drone you want to fly, and you want to get out and play in the water, stuff like that, you can do that. So, but I didn't go left, I went right, and now I'm heading into Columbus. I'm in the greater Columbus area now. I believe these homes here, their addresses would be Columbus, Indiana, but I got a little bit of a ways before I actually get into town. But Columbus is not that small, really. Put it this way, they've got 2 Walmarts. So, if they're big enough to have 2 Walmarts, a lot of these little towns don't have anything close to a Walmart. They might have a general store. Columbus has actually done pretty well for themselves, and has got some big businesses there that employ a lot of people, like Cummins Engines is out there, which they're all over Indiana, and they even got a big headquarters downtown Indianapolis now. But out here they've got big, what does that say? Temperature too high. Oh, my phone is telling me right now it can't charge because it's getting too hot. That's probably not good. Let me unplug that. But I'm almost to where I need to be anyway. Just wanted to do a little ride along with you guys. I appreciate you guys joining me, and we'll see you guys next time. Watch out for tomorrow's vlog. Peace.